how do we make breakdowns interesting? Like how many times the formula, you take guitar, you take a bass, you take a kick drum, and just and it has like a groove, but like it sonically is predictable. So I had this breakdown, and I was like, how can we make things a little bit more interesting? So let's check this out. Cool, so I have the standard guitar and a bass guitar and some kick drum. The problem with that guitar is that I can't really make that but so staccato. We're playing down in like a low C sharp at that, especially on the bass. You can't make it but so staccato. And if you do, it's really just scratch, 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 scratch. Then you don't have any tone. So how can I emphasize the staccato-ness of this? Well, I can't do it with the guitar and bass. So what do we do here? I actually took a kick drum sample and I distorted it really heavily and put a whole bunch of effects pushing it wide. Check this out. This is very wide. It's kind of scooped out the middle heavily. And so this is really just a kick drum sample. Boom. Little panty, little stereo effects, 2 phasers, lots of distortion, roll off the roll in, and then just distort the heck out of it. What that allows me to do is add attack to the guitar without having to lose the pitch of the guitar. And on top of that, we have this guy. Has a lot of attack too. And you'll notice that actually like that bass just fades in right here, basically on these in-between parts. And so on the other part, I'm using the bass guitar, and it allows me to switch roles, so I get to have what synth bass can do because it's a lot more sub, a lot clearer, and so it allows me to tease some other sounds in there, but you don't really notice. Obviously, you're listening to it now. Yeah, it just straight guitar and bass cuts out there. And you're like, oh, well, I hear now that I'm paying attention. But before that, you're like, okay, it just keeps grooving. It allows me to tease a lot of different sounds in there that you don't normally hear and hiding little elements that add a lot, but they don't really distract from the fact like, oh, wait, I know what this is. This is the time to go punch other white boys in the face. And obviously not groundbreaking, but we don't need to be groundbreaking. We just need to be constantly evolving and taking the medium to the next step.